Hi there, Dougal and Gammer TV, it's DJ Gammer here. Gonna do some tutorials and thingies and handy little things like that because I've been promising it for a while. And we get asked a lot of questions like, what we're doing to our drums, what we're doing to our wrists, and people think we're doing all this technical stuff like parallel compressing and multi-banding and all these fancy words that I don't even really to this day understand or know what they mean. So the drums are normally the one we get pinned down with a lot, and the fact is we don't really process our drums. We just stick them in, find the right samples, bang them in, everything's good. Just like, I really don't know what to say right now, so I'm just kind of waffling. Here we go. Here's actually the drums I used and getting better. I'm just going to play them without the bass. Here we go. That's not in the song. I just did that with my mouth. But right, in chasing status style, I'm just going to go through the drums one by one. I'm going to show you the channels, show you that there's no clever stuff going on. So first of all is a kick. Just a nice solid kick. It's good to look for. Oh my god, it's crashed. Right, got to start with the drums. Going to go through one by one. Show you. You can see there isn't a lot here, to be honest. So we're going to show you that we're not doing any tricks or anything fancy. So here we go. First off, the kick drum. Just a nice solid kick. It's got the slap, so we don't need to layer it. It's got body, so it doesn't need EQing. There it is. Kick. Just copy through on the beat. No gating, nothing fancy going on there. Don't know what happened there. And if you see the edit channel, nothing. It's not bust anywhere. There's no EQs. Nothing. It's just a kick. Usually I'll have a little closed hat on top of it, but not necessarily. That just adds a bit of a tiny bit of tops. Not needed. I've just kind of got into the habit of doing that since Scott Brown used to do it quite a lot, and I love Scott Brown, so I copy him in that way. Yeah, closed hat, open hat. Just again, straight out of a sample pack, sounds fine. No EQing, no nothing. Sometimes I'll roll a bit of bottom off, but in this case there isn't really anything there to roll off, so not a problem. The snare, interestingly enough, be it a snare or a clap, is probably the only thing we do process, and that's because being a real slappy percussive part of the drums, there's no harm in beefing it up. You're not going to lose any bottom or anything like that because it's not that sort of instrument. So just usually I'll sometimes put quadriphers or distortion, camel fat, something just to kind of crunch it up a bit. There's an EQ there just to roll out the harsh bottoms, no such thing as harsh bottoms, just to roll out the bottom, tiny bit of boost on the top just from whatever the distortion's taken out of it. Very minimal. Vintage compressor just to snap it up. So not really changing the sound that drastically, to be honest, just kind of fizzing it up a bit. So far we've got all this. And again, these are straight out of sample packs. It did take us a while to find the right samples, a lot of backwards and forwards in comparing it to other people's tracks, getting it right. Nothing special really. I'm not really sounding confident because I don't really know what to say, if I'm honest, so I'm just kind of rolling along with it. The ride. Just a sweet sounding ride out of another sample pack. This is one we've been using for years and years since me and Paul started working together. These days, sometimes, as you can see, I'll gate them off a bit and put a bit of a fade on them just to add a bit of space. Doesn't need to be done, we don't always do it, but sometimes it just helps kind of add a bit of space. So here's without the gap. And if you heard that, it just gave the drums just a little bit more space. This is good, especially when you master it. Sometimes we'll find, especially with the riffy tracks, having the rides quite long. Once you master everything, it's sort of to the top end, and then you get distortion on the bottom end, and it's all crazy. The loop, just a very small percussive thing. No processing here again. I'll sometimes roll the bottom off, as I've explained. And we usually use a bit of this sidechain plugin. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the Vengeance sidechain, made by that guy what did all the Cascada stuff and all the Vengeance sample packs. Really good plugin, easy, don't have to do any mapping, just on it goes. Just sort of out of the way, adding to the kind of rhythm of the top end, and that's pretty much it. That is the foundation of the tracks, all my tracks now anyway. And then I know, because that drum set is completely right, that anything I put on top of it and mix against it usually comes out pretty right as well. Oh, and there's a crash too. Hey there, looks like you just caught me being a bit arty now. Well, there's a few points I forgot to mention. One, sample CDs, I'm sure you're all wondering. Vengeance sound, absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. The best samples you can get for dance music, cover absolutely everything. Drums, bass, claps, hats, the whole lot. That's where I get most of my samples from, to be honest, so feel free to get some samples from there. Secondly, I'd love to do some more tutorials if you found that helpful, or even if you didn't find it helpful. But whatever you want to learn, just make a comment about it below and I will try my best to help you guys out. It started off as a face and now it looks like a monkey.